Hello, it's RocksAlot, and we're going to cut some turquoise today. So, got a few things going on. Let's just check this. Good. Put it up. Put it. Gonna be noisy. So, got a few different types to go through today. Got the, I think this is Marshall. We're going to cut some of the dirty stuff. This is like a 50-50 on this one. And then what else are we going to do? And then we've got some chunks of what we're calling the Big Mex. The Big Mexican came from, I believe it was Sam. There's some nicer pieces in here that I don't have to cut. Nice seam piece. Hey Ellie, how you doing today? Just thought I'd jump in real quick. I need to cut a few pieces so that tomorrow, hopefully when I go live, I'll have some stuff to cut. So this is some of the Big Mex stuff. I think it came from Sam. It may have come from Tim. No, it came from Sam. So Sam from Specialty Cabs and Block. And this was the blue stuff. Looks really good, some of it. And I'm just going to a few of those up. We've got some bigger pieces that have potential. I might put a slice through that. And this, well, this one I like. Got that beautiful blue at the top. And there's some blues going through that sort of reddy brown matrix there. We're going to try and do a slice on that too. I hope. I did change my blade to a really thin blade. Problem with going to a thin blade, it tends to wobble when you're working with it. But you, what's it called? A kiff. You get less of the rock being taken away from the thin blade than you do the big blade. If that makes any sense. I'll think of the word in a second. And I think we're going to start, let's see. Let's take that piece off the top there and see what's in. No. Sorry, some of these I have to look at. So I'm going to cut down here, and then we're going to slice it in two. Maybe, or do I just take it down? Actually, I think we're going to just cut that end off and then decide if we cut it into two. So you'll see me going back and forth. I'm going to try and keep some of this organized. I think we'll do this one afterwards. It's a little noisy. Might have to refill with the water. It's early enough, my neighbors shouldn't care too much. And yeah, let's get going. Here comes some noise. So while I'm doing this, I'm not going to be able to talk too much. I'll check on the chat from time to time. If you are in the chat, go ahead. I appreciate any likes and subscribers. And really just come along and watch. Maybe turn the volume down, put on your favorite music. But I'm going to cut through quite a bit of this. So here we go. terrible color. Nice and dark. And man, when you put this thin blade on, it's a little scarier than having a thick blade on. The thick blade, I know it's not going to cut me. Don't think this one will cut me either, but it's a little bit scarier. Keep this going. Awful job. Incredible. And I don't like this blade. Hey Steve, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate your support there. And yep. So let me hide my screw ups here, but so it looks good from this angle. It looks good from showing you this way, but this blade goes off a little bit. It got really thin. You can see started to get off here too. And this one it's so thin. I'm gonna have to back that. Maybe I'll get something out of that. But yeah, I swapped out the blade today and it saves me in the cut, but I don't know, it's not very sturdy to get a straight cut. So I'm gonna take it easy. This one in particular, I'm gonna try a big one. In fact, I don't even know if we're gonna make it on this one. I don't think we are. That's a shame. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this one on a different saw. Okay. I think I can get away with this one then. Hey Don, thanks for coming in. Yeah, let's try this one. I think I got enough blade. This is such a small blade too, but I think I can do it. it went. Because I'm showing you as I'm cutting, I don't have the safety guard down too much. And yeah, that's what I can see. Who needs fingers? Let's clean that up real quick. See what we got on that cut. Right. So it just went through. That's about as big as I can get on this saw blade. And you're gonna see it just like me. Yeah. Not the most vibrant. It's actually a nice color. Not super vibrant, in fact. Let's do a little bit of this. The sun's almost going down here. Let's do a little bit of that. It's actually pretty nice. A few little light spots. Gives it a little bit of character, and the matrix gives it a little bit of character too. Yeah, nugget slices. But this is now big enough I can cab that out. That'll be pretty big. I can almost cab that whole thing out. So, alright, let's find another piece. Okay, we will do the big piece. I can't do a full slice like I want to, but I'm going to slice here just to see how well it comes to this other side. I think I can get through that, and then we'll see if the blue goes all the way through, or if it's just going to be sort of a surface. Let's do that. Yeah. I just took off a slice, and I did it at an angle, which wasn't easy, but I angled it so that I can cab that out, and let's see what we got inside. Boom. Nice. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. So, it's not Royston, and it's not ribbon, but it's almost ribbony. So, I can either come all the way through here, or I can go big and do some big slices here. But, just to gain a big cabochon like that, you got to be a pretty big character to carry that around. Once it got set or wrapped, yeah, I might be able to pull it off. But anyway, so yeah, very happy with that. And I'll cab this piece out probably tomorrow, and we'll see how well it polishes up. Yeah, I like that too, really. It's nice. I like that a lot. The other one that came along with this set, I don't. And I mean the blues that are up in that. Wait a little bit. Yeah. So I'll get a really nice cab out of here. I'm gonna have to leave some of this brown in there just to get a good stone out of it. Yeah, me too, Steve. And you know, once you CAD that over, it sort of enhances those patterns as well. So that was a pretty good one. All right. That's out of that little box. This was what was my favorite piece out of this box? No. Let's go into the next box. So that's enough for this one. It's enough to keep me going with the big mechs. And I have 2 more of the big mechs, just smaller pieces. I think out of all of these, here's my favorite piece. My favorite potential piece. This is one of my favorite pieces, which I don't have to cut. It's like a really nice seam. And I might have to back it, but the color on that, I love the color on that. So that's one of my favorites, and because of that, I could cut that one, but I also like the color. We're gonna big cab that. And I think, let's try and cut the top off of this one so we get 2 stones. I hope. So I'm actually going to, okay, let's try it. Alright, same as before, you're the first ones to see it. Ready? 1, 2. Oh yeah. Yep, like that. It's really pretty. Yeah, this one's nice. So I'm gonna get 2 stones out of this one. This one will be decent. That is probably 2.5 inches by a little over an inch, and you know, you're looking at 8 millimeters, so that's really nice. Hi everybody, thanks for popping in. Doing a Thursday afternoon live, going into early evening. The weather here has finally turned. Usually at this time, I don't know, I'm dunking my head in a bucket of cold water. But yeah, thanks for all coming in. Gonna just go through some of these, cut them, and then tomorrow I might go live again and put them on the Genie and see how these polish up. But for right now, these look really nice. All right, let's find something else. Trying to keep everything together, because if I don't keep together, I lose provenance on it. Okay. So this one I'm gonna do, it's like a double nugget. Excuse me. And let's see. So we're gonna cut down here because it thins out in the back here anyway, and so it almost naturally goes through that way, and should end up. Well, maybe I'll do it that way. Yeah. I'm going to cut straight through here. That'll at least give us an idea of the color inside and then which way to go after that. So, alright. Hi everybody, you're almost done. You almost made it to the end of the week. Alright, here's some noise. They're really nice colors. I know it's been stabilized. It has not been dyed, but you start getting those smoke rings, you wonder. So it's too thin to cut down. I would cut it in the middle, but we'll find out tomorrow how that goes through the whole stone. It actually looks like it stops. So I think it's naturally like that. Hi Husky. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good week. But yeah. So let's keep those together. I'm going to bag those up. Yeah, I'll start. I get excited and I start cutting everything up and then forget which slices go to which slice. And then I'm into the jigsaw puzzles, trying to put them back together again. So we're going to do that. And another one I was going to chop up a little bit. So this one's a little wonky. Got that. Like Mother Nature put a thumb in there or something. So we cut that out. I'm wondering if really I should take this whole piece, which may be that little seam all the way through here. So actually, just for kicks, what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop this sort of nugget. Oh, is that a lion or a tiger? A bear? Or a cat? Ah, shoot. I don't know if I can cut it anymore. I have to save that for a little bit. I don't want to cut the cat's head off. So I'm going to take that as a sign that I'm not meant to cut this one yet. So we'll hold on to that one. We'll find something else. Let's see what else we got in there. That's about as close as we get. Let's do this one. Alright, I got two more to do. I like this one. Just going to go straight down the middle. And take the top off, hopefully leaving a bigger cab. And if there's enough turquoise on the top, then I'll keep it. If not, it may just be matrix. Let's give this one a try. Hi, my captiva. I'm doing pretty good. Let's do this one and then we'll stop. I'm getting better cutting with this blade. It still likes to move because it's so thin. All right, you ready? That's nice. See, and I was questioning about dyeing on that other stone, but I don't think it is. The dye would come in more evenly and there wouldn't be the different shades in it. So there would be different shades in it, but it would be more concise and consistent, where the blue turned into a lighter color. This is really nice. Super nice. That's gonna make a super cab. It's got that water web going through it. Right, let's get one a little bit uglier. I got a lot of uglier ones, so I need to fill this up a little bit. Never use a hose and electricity. There you go. Yeah, you didn't see me do that. I'm good like that. So this one, don't know. I don't even have a little window to have a thought on it, actually. Yeah, what's in this rock? Let's see. You would pass that by if well, I used to pass this by if you found that on the sidewalk, but let's have a good look. Hopefully I can get a good cut on this semi-straight. And we're just going to go straight down the middle, I hope. Here we go. A lot of noise. Alright. Well, the crow likes it. Ready? 1, 2. Okay. Different. Definitely different shades. Hi, Leonore. Grand rising to you. Pretty neat. Yeah, I like it too. A little bit different. But I like the mossy effect in there too. Alright, that's very nice. I don't know if we should get into the ugly ones or not. Let's see what else I've got. Okay. Gonna get a little more daring. This one has a seam in it going across the top. It sort of comes under this other side. This is a bit daring. So actually, I'm going to, okay, so you can see the seam, it rolls up this way. So I've been working with turquoise with pyrite in it too. Just kills your hands. So because that seam goes like that, it goes all the way around and still has that hump to it, I'm going to cut the back here to keep this flat, and then if I needed to, I can dome that dome. So it's a lot easier to dome a dome than trying to dome a concave. You can't do it. So I could just do this on the wheel. I'm just going to shave this back off. Let's give it a go. Might be a mistake. Alright. I did much better, I thought. Hi everybody, thank you all for coming in. I can't believe there's this many people up here, and I really appreciate it. I hope you are glad to be out of work if you go to work, or you've had a great day if you don't. So there's the hump. There's what we cut off. And I don't know, was it a mistake? I don't think it was. Hi Christy. Armenia as well. How are we doing? That looks great. It's like the cheapest, thinnest blade that you can get online. You get a pack of 10 for like 20 bucks. I mean, I have blades that are, so it's only a 4.5 inch tile saw. This thing goes super fast. I don't know what the RPM on it. It makes it a little more dangerous. And then, actually, I can show you the other blade that I have. I put the blade somewhere else. So, but I usually use a thicker blade, especially on harder stones. This way I can work it a little bit better, but it's so thin on harder stones that once you start pushing or it takes an angle, it literally just starts grooving off to the sides. And so yeah, but it's super thin. I think it's got 100, I think it's 110 millimeters. But it's a little scarier because if you slip, because it's so thin and it does have grooves on the edge, it may just cut you a little bit. Whereas the other one is a friction saw blade. You can pretty much put your thumb up on it and it won't cut you. So yeah, I think once we get into this seam up here, that blue's going to come out even better. And we'll have a full dome on it. So that'll be super nice. Yeah, a little bit spooky. I think I've only done it once on maybe my thumb. Okay, and even though Halloween's coming up, you really don't want to be on the spooky side of a saw. Alright, do. Got a few little ones. Actually, you know what? Before I get tired or I lose contact here, let's do a piece of this. So this is super nice. This is Royston. Normally Royston right now is coming in ribbons. This is not a ribbon. Unless you wear really big ribbons. So, in looking at this, yeah, that's good, Mike. Everybody should try. It's not that dangerous. I'm just being a little cautious of this particular blade when you're using a tile saw. You know, a lot of other people use trim saws. It's either on their machine already, whether it's Diamond Pacific or Highland, or and they cost $600 to $1,000. So with this piece, I have to look out for fractures like this. And so even that's mostly matrix. If I can get, see, it's got fracture over here too. If I can get some ribbon out of that in a piece, that would look good. Same up here, but it may fracture across here. So I've never cut this stuff yet, and it does have fractures in it. But this was the smallest piece, and I'm going to practice on here because otherwise I might have to stabilize it myself, which isn't too hard if you have the equipment. So I have a vacuum and some cactus juice. Not tequila cactus juice, just cactus juice. So I'm going to cut up to here. Wow, that's difficult. Just got to go through here. So I think we're going to go through here and down here and see how that works and see if it falls to pieces, because it might. Here we go. Yeah, very easy to cut, easier than the other turquoise. It did not fall to pieces yet, and so I can get a good cab out of that. Keeping that ribbon in there, and if I really wanted, I could just put a hole, round that off on the top, put a hole up here and tie it once we get the rest of the cab formed. So let's see if we can get that close. If you put a little hole, come on, right there. It's a nice piece. So let's try a little bit more. And then we'll go into the dirty stuff. So nothing cracked off, which is great. Nothing wants to crack off. And now because of that, this is not easy. Got this big crack in here. I'll have to get that out and use what I can. Just come across. We'll see what happens. So this might turn into two, here and here. This one I was going to cut, but I'm going to look at it some more. Getting a little too hasty for myself. I want to kind of cut that out. Maybe leave it like that. Yeah, there's too many different... Oh, goodness. I don't know if you guys see anything in there, but I do. And I'll just let you see it. My goodness. Eddie, not making anything right now, just getting prepped up. Hi, Kevin. Just getting prepped up for... I might go live tomorrow. Just do a big, long cabbing session. But I need to get this cut, and rather than like taking a piece out at a time, cutting it, going back to the shop floor, cutting, shaping, and polishing, and then doing that over again. This way I get some of it out of the way. This is actually Royston. A lot of people are used to seeing Royston like this right now. Because people would rather see a little bit of the ribbon than actually go across, excuse me, than going across the whole stone that has that seam in it. And that means you're going to use a piece, this big and chunk of it. So this high and this long just to get a cab out of it. It's kind of similar to this. So this is a really thick seam, and some people would just, if it was thicker this way, would chop this way to get that ribbon down the middle. But this is a beautiful piece. So, and it's new material to me. I have a few more slabs of it, but I needed to make sure that the fractures didn't fracture while cutting. If that makes any sense. Yeah, this one's gorgeous, Husky. I have some ribbon. I have some beautiful ribbon that I got from Just Sandy. And if you don't know Just Sandy's channel, go over there. Fortunately, I haven't seen her in a little while, so I hope she's doing well. She has a wonderful spirit. Friends with Lynn. So, Dave, Lynn. And Just Sandy is a friend of Lynn's. And she's been doing Native American jewelry style for 30, 40 years. She has some beautiful stuff. But this came from Sam. So this came from Specialty Cabs and Block. He did not use this in his block. So yeah, I've seen some. So if you're only getting a thin seam of it, if you're only getting a seam that thick and it's running along the stone, you might have to stabilize it if you're going for that top of that whole seam. You at least would have to back it because it's just too thin. So yeah, sometimes they keep the best stuff for themselves. It may be their retirement, so they cut and sell the sort of AA and down and keep the AAA for themselves, that they can sell at a much higher price, because this stuff does tend to go up in price. All right, so that's that one. Let's get into some uglies. Okay. So these are some uglies. But I've already cut out what I paid for it. So we'll just run for a few of these, see if there's anything inside. Hello everybody, happy Thursday. So like this one, we don't really need to cut. It's thin enough that I can cab that straight out. That's an ugly one, too ugly. In fact, I'll show you, but I know what's going to be inside of it. We'll cut this one, see if anything in that one. This one we will cut. Maybe we'll cut that one. So if they're already flying saucer shaped, I keep them. This one, well, let's cut this one down the middle. So we'll just cut this one down the middle, see if there's anything in there. Again, mind your ears, and I'll watch my fingers. cut the other ones too. Gonna cut the top off this one. Not looking great. I'm gonna cut the end up there, split it down the middle. Okay, well, this first one, I don't think these are that great. It's not terrible. Not your top notch for sure, but not the worst I've ever seen either. So, yeah, we've had a green phase going on for about I don't know what, year and a half, 2 years. So yeah, this is from Sam, and this was his leftovers of green Sonoran and Gaspiite, and I think the Gaspiite is a little bit brighter than this. That is not my puppy in the background. Okay, well, this was a threeser. So, not bad. Not good. That's an odd piece. No, I went to the other one, that's why. So, not terrible. Different shades in there. Actually might turn out good. Let's see that full seam across the top. It's actually got some little streaks of blue in the middle. I don't know if that's coming across. Maybe some earrings. Yep. Yeah, not bad. For what I paid. I can't read it anymore. It was $25. So I did rather well. This third one, I could have cut this differently. So that was the end piece, which I can get a cab out of. So could have probably cut it that way, taken all that matrix out, and had that full stone. But it's actually not much thicker going across here, so I'll get something out of that. Again, maybe matching. Let's see if I can... I cut this one. I know it's ugly in the middle. I know it is. In fact, let's just cut it just to show you. So we're just going to cut that end off. Pretty sure it's ugly. But I've been wrong a lot lately. This way I don't have to cut it again later, just to prove myself. Well, I don't know, what do you think? I mean, it might look good polished. It's so ugly on the outside. It does have those... See? Yeah. It's got those nice black dots and almost lines going through it. It's actually pretty nice. We'll see what we can do, Ellie. See how that streak comes across? That's neat. Alright, so maybe I'm wrong on that one. I'm wondering if we got any blues in here, but I don't think we got any blues. I think this is all the green. And, well, let's do this. Do this as the last piece of this. Here's like a whole little golf ball. And I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut right here where it lightens up there and it sort of caves in there. So we'll just take that off, go to the other side, take that off, and hopefully have 3 pieces. Should be able to get this. Let's try this. Okay. Here we go. A little bit of noise. I'm not even gonna let... Alright, I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Better than I thought. Yeah, I was not expecting that in the middle. Let's see this other piece. Okie dokie. I would pronounce your name, but I cannot, so I apologize. But hello to you. Yeah, I think if I pull that off, something like that. All that. Alright. Not terrible. It's almost got sunglasses in there. Looks like Spuds MacKenzie. Different color, but Spuds MacKenzie. Alright, let's put those away. And let's see what else I got. I've got a couple of this. So these were the leftovers from the cut from last week. And these I couldn't cut because they're a little too thick. And some decent potential here, I think. Littles. But I'm going to take off just here because that's all matrix. This one, this one, maybe I can save a little cab up here by cutting it on the saw. But that's going to be nice. Let's do that one. I'm not doing too bad, so let me see if I can cut that little nugget off. See if I can do this. It's little, but that one was much harder than the other cheaper stuff. And let's see what hopefully the top's going to look like. Okay, now we're talking. It's a nice color. Yeah, I like that. You do remember spuds. Yeah. I used to spend a lot of time with spuds back in the day. Didn't like Budweiser, but so yeah, that's going to cut out really nice. And hopefully I keep sort of a little bit of that sort of florety at the top at the same time. That'll be a nice cut. Little one go. So I'm just going to cut that matrix out. It is, Chris. This is, I think this is mostly from Mexico. Some of it is stabilized, some of it is natural. But this piece, yeah, I'm just going to take that matrix off, see what's underneath. I have a good idea. Here's some noise. So Ellie, do you have your own channel of your brews? So I could do this on the wheel, take that matrix out and get some, okay. But I'm out here, so I'm kind of using it as a trim saw. And the inside is lovely. It's a lovely blue. So a little bit of matrix right there, which I would believe may be joined to this, and may go diagonally through that. So let's get a closer look here. It's not. Let's do this. Excuse me. There you go. Much better. Hi, Franco. Really neat. So I'm almost coming to the end of this. I'm going to cut this one right down the middle. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead, hit that subscribe. It really helps me. It helps my ego. Just being honest. I do this for fun. I'm happy to share it with everybody. And I mostly do sort of opal and turquoise. And I've now ventured out into pretty much every kind of slab you can think of. I have a lot of those to go through. But yeah, a like would also help and helps push my lives out. Probably going to do another live tomorrow. They're pretty much spontaneous, so if you have your notification bell on, it should push out. And yeah, I usually do try to do a video a week and a couple of shorts, and the shorts hopefully are a little bit more fun. Not more fun, just fun. So, and thank you all for joining me today. Let's go through this one, and we might have one more after this, and we're going to call that quits. So I really appreciate you all coming in, I really do. Let's give this a go. Here we go. A lot of noise. This one seemed a little less stable. Look at that pattern on the top. On the side. Boop, boop. Okie dokie. I love the blues. I don't know where that... Wow, it's like the road to... Where do you want to call that? It's going somewhere. It's actually pretty neat if I can keep that in there somehow. Yeah, that would actually look really cool. I don't know if it comes all the way... Well, I guess that's it there, isn't it? So that matrix there somehow joins that matrix there. And can't get it from this side, so I might have to make it smaller. Try and keep that in. Yeah, it looks really neat. I like that a lot. Actually, it looks good that way too. A little more picturesque than normal. Hi, highballs. I like that a lot. So I should probably finish on that one. But that's good. I got these and they need to be cut down. So these will be the last three. I keep saying that, but that's going to be the last three. This one's difficult. And that's neat. I'm going to do all of this one on the wheels actually. I'm not sure where that's going to come out. And if you can see, is that glue? Yeah, that's glue. So you see all that? There you go. That is part of the stabilizing system. But you see the edge there and the edge there? That's the color of that, and I might get just one stone out of it. Even with all that glue on it, look at that. So, if your cactus juice is not too old, that's the color. It should be almost clear. But yeah, I like the Blue Mountain Road. I'm gonna keep this one that way, and we'll do it on the wheel. This one, you can see where the blues are going to be, and I'm really going to just take most of that matrix off because it's just junk. Never know if you're doing the right thing, so taking off the matrix is the right thing. But that matrix keeps going through there, so that may end up being the bottom. And nuggeting a ring stone out of that. Different. And this one, I don't even know what to do with this one. So this one I like. It's got I cut this. I don't even know if I should cut this. I am going to kind of want to keep that. No, I'm going to leave that one, and I'm going to do that on the wheel too. Because I really want to keep the matrix going through the nuggeties. And if I cut it wrong, I won't be able to fix it. Alright, let's see what else I've got. Almost there. There we go. We got one last piece. Oops. One last piece. Kind of see what it's going to look like, but we're going to go right down the middle, and hopefully we'll get 2 stones out of it. Last one. Okay, did not cut where I wanted it, but let's see. Okay, that's good. I like it. That'll be a full cab on top. And highballs, it's funny you said high mountain road. The next batch that I'm getting in, I think either this week or next week, is called Blue Moon. But it looked like it was turning out much better than everybody thought before they sold it, so that should be interesting. Alright, I like that one too. So, thank you all for coming in. Yeah, that's just the ones we just did right now. And gonna probably go live tomorrow evening and get some of these cabbed up so that one of these days I'm gonna sell it and I can buy some more. So thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate it. It's been like an hour and 15 minutes. The sun is starting to go down over here, and it is dinner time. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead and sub. That would be fantastic. Hit the like on the way out. And love you all. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for your support. Cheers now. Bye now.